something to say.
Welcome to the Uncut film on TCM. On August the 9th, 1974, Richard Nixon, the most powerful man on the planet, resigned his post as President of America, brought down by the fallout from the Watergate scandal. The idea that a seemingly innocuous break-in at the Democratic Party headquarters at the Watergate Hotel in Washington, D.C. was funded and directed by the Nixon White House is one of those stories that if it weren't true, it would have been necessary to make up. By 1976, a mere 2 years after Nixon's resignation, cinemagoers were flocking to see All the President's Men. The movie performed well at the box office, and it's easy to see why. Aside from the subject matter, its two main stars, Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, were at the absolute peak of their respective careers. A list of Redford's films immediately prior to All the President's Men reads like a must-see of American cinema. The Sting, The Great Gatsby, The Great Waldo Pepper, and 3 Days of the Condor. Hoffman was no less impressive, having followed at Papillon with the Best Actor nomination as Lenny Bruce in Bob Fosse's Lenny. All the President's Men won 4 Academy Awards: Best Art Direction, Best Sound, Best Writing based on material from another medium, and a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for Jason Robards as Ben Bradley, editor of the Washington Post. It's Redford and Hoffman's film though. They dominate the film through their characters. Redford's Bob Woodward with his relaxed and charming approach, contrasting nicely with Hoffman's Carl Bernstein, who adopts a more pugnacious, persistent approach. After the arrest of the Watergate burglars, Woodward gets on the scent of a story following a remark made by a White House PR.
He said, "I'm convinced that neither Mr. Colson or anyone else at the White House had any knowledge of or participation in this deplorable incident at the Democratic National Committee." So, I never asked about Watergate. I simply asked what were Hunt's duties at the White House. They volunteered he was innocent when nobody asked if he was guilty.
At first, the story takes on the feel of a jigsaw puzzle without the box. Piercing together the facts is made more difficult by the confusion over who's who, the red herrings, the blind alleys, and the dead ends they encounter at every turn.
I was just wondering if you have any books that hello?
The story is stalled on us.
The big break comes through the emergence of an informant nicknamed Deep Throat, who surreptitiously makes contact with Woodward and insists on remaining anonymous. He won't allow himself to be quoted as a source, a precondition that hinders the investigation as much as it helps it. Jason Robards' character is particularly unhappy with the cloak and dagger approaches adopted by the two reporters' sources.
God damn it, when is somebody gonna go on the record in this story?
Many of the informants are reluctant to go on record. Some are in fear for their safety and have to be cajoled into talking.
You know, I really can't talk about this because...
May be members of the committee.
Others are just tricked outright.
You ask her who P is.
Yeah.
And then I say, no. We know P is Porter.
And what if she denies it?
We're screwed.
Who is P?
P we know is Porter. You said 25 grand. Is that how much Porter got?
Over time, the paper trail gets higher. Eventually, the two reporters realise that they're onto something important. They're just a couple of steps away from the president himself. This realisation is tempered by the fact that they're in danger. The reticence that their informants exhibit is brought home by Deep Throat's response to Woodward's attempt to push things forward after he complains about Deep Throat's innuendos, hints and insinuations.
Listen, I'm tired of your chicken shit games. I don't want hints. I need to know what you know.
Deep Throat responds positively.
Get out your notebook. There's more.
However, he also delivers the blow that the entire audience has been gradually expecting.
Your lives are in danger.
Robards comes into his own at this juncture. Once he gets behind Redford and Hoffman, there is a definite sense that things are finally going to happen.
The story's solid, we're sure of it.
He's just got a phone and it's gold.
Okay, we go with it.
In fact, it's left to him to sum up the significance of what Woodward and Bernstein are doing.
Nothing's riding on this except the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of the press, and maybe the future of the country.
All the President's Men has been acclaimed as the greatest detective story in American history, and the declaration has credence. Pacey, tight, exciting. Perhaps the best thing that one could say about it is that in the midst of all the investigation, the search for newspaper copy, the desire for truth, it remains that actually happened in America, the land of the free. All the President's Men is an unmissable movie, either as a great tale or a retelling of one of the most important events of the 20th century. Enjoy your movie.